Good day, everybody, and thanks for stopping by. This is Approved by Charles. I'm Charles. I try to post important information about your mortgage life journey, about how to get approved to buy a home, whether it's your first home, second home, your retirement home. I've got information on here. Try to post out the most accurate and transparent content so you can get an idea of what you can do as a borrower to be well informed to improve your quality and station of life. So you may not know this because, well, you just may not. But you, as a consumer, are 100% in the driver's seat regarding your credit. Now, what do I mean by that? You can get yearly credit reports for free. You can get an idea of where your credit score is for free. You can freeze or unfreeze your credit report so nobody does a hard pull against your credit. And you can also dispute your credit report, all for no cost. I'm going to show you really quickly how to do that. So first off, get your credit score for free. I know you've heard about Credit Karma, possibly heard about Credit Sesame. I've got these two websites up here right now. Very user-friendly websites. Yes, 100% is true that the credit scores that these sites show you are not accurate for a mortgage credit pull. But they're margin of error accurate. And they give you an idea of where you sit. So go sign up. It's free. They give you a general idea where you're at. You get to see changes to your credit report. You get to monitor it. The thing that they do represent, however, they properly represent changes in your score over time. So let's say you log in, you set up an account today on creditkarma.com. And I'm not, just so you know, I don't get paid by anybody for this. This is just information that as a loan officer, and somebody who's 54 and been around the block a few times would like people to know to better help improve their station in life. So go to creditkarma.com, go to creditsesame.com, create your report. The scores that you'll see reflect a credit score, which is a different scoring model than mortgages use. But it's marginally accurate. And the trends are accurate. So if you log in today, like I was going to say, and your credit score is 650, you decide to work really hard on your credit to get it to a point where you feel better about applying for a mortgage. 6 months from now, you log into Credit Karma, it shows your credit score is 750. Kudos to you. Hard work. Definitely worth doing. But your credit score for a mortgage pull probably has gone up by about 100 points. These services, while free, will accurately represent the trends of your credit score, both up and down. Also, you may have a number of credit cards, Discover Card, Capital One Card, etc., that may provide a FICO score, again, as part of your credit service there. Again, not accurate for a credit mortgage pull, but gives you an idea where you're at. So get informed, go sign up for one of these. These services are free. So because they're free, you're the product, your information is the product. They're going to market you things like personal loans and car loans and credit cards and stuff like that their system thinks might help you. You don't have to sign up for any of them to continue to use our service for free. So first of all, do that. Credit Sesame, Credit Karma, good sites, good resources. Next thing to do is we're going to talk about the three main credit bureaus that are out there. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian are the three main credit bureaus that are used here in the United States. And they essentially are the controlling repositories of all your credit-related information and your credit scores. Creditors report positive and negative things to them, and based on their scoring models, they report back a credit score. Now, we can argue about whether this is fair or accurate or reasonable, but this is the system we have. So I'm going to talk to you about a few important things that you should do right away. First of all, TransUnion, transunion.com, Equifax, equifax.com, Experian, experian.com. Feel free to pause the video to see any of those URLs do it. We're going to start with TransUnion. First thing to do is you freeze your credit report. If you're not actively currently looking to get credit, not going to apply for a credit card, not going to go purchase a car or purchase a home, freeze your credit report. The reason you want to do that is A, the service is free, and B, nobody can do a hard pull against your credit at that point because you have frozen your credit reports. What will come back is blank. Nothing will come back. If somebody tries to steal your identity, they can't get anything. So on TransUnion site, go ahead and scroll down. You get down the site, take control of your credit health. All the sites are going to be real similar. There is no charge to do any of this. Sign up their fraud alerts for TransUnion, they're free. Credit, freeze or unfreeze. get your free annual credit report, and dispute your credit. So we're going to talk about freeze or unfreeze first. So you click on this, go and set up an account. It's going to ask you some information about yourself, social security number, birth date, etc., to verify you are who you are, and then you can freeze your credit report. When you are ready at some point in time in the future to apply for credit, and you are doing it, log in, go here, unfreeze your credit report, and you can set a window of time to allow your credit report to be accessed. 2 or 3 days should be plenty. So go in, log in, unfreeze it for 2 or 3 days as a temporary freeze, and temporary unfreeze, excuse me. The creditor you're trying to get credit with, Best Buy, Ford, whoever, is going to be able to pull your credit, get your credit come in, and then automatically freeze back up. So very important to do. Get your free annual credit report. All the sites will have the ability for you to get a credit report at least once a year at no charge. Now, the credit reports that you receive are just a listing of all your creditors, positive and negative, what they've reported, but more than likely you're not going to have a credit score on them. Just so you know, no score, just the data, just the details. If you get your credit report and you notice that something is amiss, something's on your credit report that is not yours, something that has been set up fraudulently, go in and dispute that credit report. 100%, go ahead and do that. Now you can do this anytime, even if you haven't received a copy of your credit report. You can click dispute, log in, and it will show you what's on your credit report. You can do that anytime. 365 days a year on leap years, 366 days a year. Little known fact there, little tip for you. Dispute, go through your report, see anything. Things like where you've worked, where you've lived, addresses you've lived at, phone numbers that have been associated to you, jobs that have been associated to you, credit that has been derogatory, that is hurting your credit is there, and also credit that is helping your credit that you're up to date and current on will be there. Go through the whole thing. If any of them aren't yours, click on them and dispute it. It's 100% free. It'll start a process on their end where the creditor and the credit reporting agency, in this case TransUnion, are required to see if it's yours. Now, I've had this recently myself. I had a couple things on my credit report, on my TransUnion report only, that I went into disputed it once. They came back and said it was mine. I just disputed it again, said this is not mine. This is fraudulent. They said it was still mine. And then on your credit report, there'll be a phone number for the person reporting your derogatory credit. You call them. You may need to get a piece of documentation from them saying, no, this is not Charles Davis's, this is somebody else's. And you upload that and say, this is not mine, this is fraudulent, this is from the creditor. Boom, it'll be popped off. Do that on a regular basis. Credit is one of the things that is most often messed with in our society. All that phishing that happens in Facebook, all those emails you get asking to put in a credit card information, it's to allow them to open credit lines and get money on your behalf. So again, if you go to TransUnion, start a dispute, I'm not going to do their survey. It's going to ask you, what you want to do, and then you go down here and hit start dispute. Again, it's going to ask you to log in. If you don't have an account, set one up. I already have an account, so I'm not going to log in because I don't want you to see my credit stuff. But if you have an account, go ahead and log in. If you don't, create an account. It's free. All three bureaus are required to allow you to do these things at no charge for you. Okay, just so you know, freeze, unfreeze, and dispute, and get a free copy of credit report once a year. No charge to you. So if you are ever clicking on something that's asking you for a credit card to pay for a monthly service, you don't have to do this to do these things, just so you know. You can, and they provide other services for them, but you do not need to. These services are required to be free for you. Equifax is the same way. Go to Equifax.com, click on Credit Report Help here. This site's a little bit different. And again, place a security freeze, also remove a security freeze, dispute information on your credit report, or do some other things on here. So again, go to place a security freeze. And at that point, we're going to start a process to start a freeze, and it's going to verify who you are. They are going to ask you to subscribe to stuff. Every one of these bureaus makes money doing this, but you do not have to pay for these services. And I go back here finally to Experian. Experian is the same way. Go to credit and go to security freeze right there, or disputes, start the process. Again, freeze all your credit reports. If you're not actively trying to open credit right now, when you're done watching this video, and thank you very much for joining, subscribe and like if you like it, freeze your credit report. Lock your credit report so nobody can open up credit in your name on your behalf, which you may be responsible for. And then when you need to, unfreeze it. Also no cost to do that. If you want to see your credit report and possibly dispute things, if your score is lower than you think it should be, or if you've got that free creditkarma.com account and it says, hey, new accounts were opened up in your name, and you're like, I didn't open up any accounts, go in here, go to dispute, open up a dispute, look at your credit report, find the item that's there, dispute it, and then also make sure your accounts are still frozen. So very important to do, very easy to do, puts you 100% in control of your credit reports. You have the ability to maintain them. You have the ability to dispute things that aren't yours. You do not, however, have the ability to dispute things that are yours. If there's something on there that is a mistake you made, you can contact the creditor at that point and see if there's anything that they would offer to help mediate the problem. But they don't have to. If it's yours, it's yours. So, but be responsible for your credit. And the first step of being responsible for your credit is knowing your score, keeping a track of what's in your credit report, and you 100% have the ability to do it. Have any questions, please reach out to me. Again, my name is Charles Davis. This is Approved by Charles. I am a licensed mortgage loan originator. I help people buy houses and get into investment properties, condos, townhomes, mountain homes, second homes, you name it. I can help finance it. Take a look today. Thanks. You have a great day.